All right, everybody. Today we're just going to be going through this article I found on ancientpages.com. Um, Not sure how legit the site is, but it seems pretty legit. But this story is being talked about in mainstream media as well. But I thought I'd give them a little shout out. So it's actually a month old news here, but major archaeological discovery of a 7,000-year-old settlement in Miami, but its future is in danger. So obviously you can imagine why I'm talking about this here, because they're going to give you the story and it's interesting enough, but my guess is that this is older than 7,000 years, and even if it is only 7,000 years old, because to me that's not a long time, then there's got to be something older than that, because we know how these things go. So we'll just kind of go through the story here a little bit. For those who have been aware of this, but in the last 18 months, archaeologists have been digging around the Brickell on the Miami River, where the developer-related group plans to build 3 residential towers. Scientists report they have made a groundbreaking archaeological discovery at the site, unearthing 7,000-year-old artifacts and other evidence indicating the site was once a prehistoric settlement. And then we have here 444 Brickell Avenue. Okay, this is where they want to build the towers, condos, or something like that. On the south bank of the Miami River and west of Brickell Avenue, researchers unearthed tools, spearheads, structural elements, and human remains that indicate ritual burials. Okay. The major archaeological find offers, quote, extensive evidence of continuous indigenous habitation on the south bank by the Miami River, dating back as far back as 7,000 years, far longer than previously thought, to a time when the emergence of human civilization around the planet. That's not true, first of all. Okay. They've found in Florida, and South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia, they found human remains that are 15,000 years old. Okay, and you can look that up. 7,000 years is a joke. Okay, they found skeletal remains on the west coast of the United States. They're over 12,000 years old. If you don't believe me, you can look it up. Humanoid skeletons. They do a lot to suppress this stuff, especially the indigenous tribes, ironically. Anyways, this find also indicates that a Tequesta tribe settlement at the mouth of the river was larger than originally thought, extending along the north and south banks to the site of the 2,000-year-old Miami Circle, historical landmark in the Biscayne Bay, Extended Canada Today reports. Okay, so then we have the 2,000 and the 7,000. So they're saying that a civilization existed for at least 5,000 years in Florida undisturbed. Now, we both know that would be unprecedented for one civilization to last 5,000 years. Okay, so there's another little hole there. Okay, so here's some of the stuff they've been finding. Historic copper nails and pewter button. Okay, I'll go along with that. But this is more advanced than some of the tribes that were found in the 1700s didn't have stuff like this. So that's a little discrepancy there. So we're talking about a lost civilization. We're obviously talking about something that got wiped out because they didn't carry this kind of technology onto the more modern indigenous tribes of North America, because they didn't even have stuff like this. Okay, so there you go there. All right, so continuing. The discovery suggests that the capital of the Tequesta tribe, believed to be responsible for the 2,000-year-old Miami Circle visible above, was significantly larger than previously thought. And we'll get to that photo that they're talking about. Let me find it there. That's the circle that they're talking about. That's the Miami Circle. So they're saying this one's 2,000 years old, but this other one is 7,000, so that's 5,000. Okay. This is like a continuous record, which is powerful and cool. You're going go back in time of the emergence of the first cities in Mesopotamia. It's thousands of years before the Roman Republic and the Roman Empire. By any measure, this is an early manifestation of human activity. This is legitimately old. No, it's not. Sorry. It's not that old. It's like they make it like that's a big deal or something, comparing it to the Roman Republic and the Roman Empire, like, because that's what people are used to, like thinking that that's old. The Roman Empire is not even that old. Okay, it's like there's stuff that's way older than that, but they don't want to talk about that. However, there are concerns this important historical site will not be preserved for future generations, and Miamians will never get to see any of the related berries in the site. Sorry, I lost my place. Related buries the site in concrete as planned. Scientists and public members have made several appeals to preserve the site, but their concern has been met with indifference. Records show a related affiliate paid $104 million to the property in 2013. In January, the company took out a $164 million construction loan for the first skyscraper, a rental apartment tower. In a general statement, the company said it has followed all existing laws and regulations for any site in a designated archaeological zone. The importance of the site cannot be overstated. Sarah Ayers Rigsby, Southeast Director of the Florida Public Archaeology Network, which is based at the West Florida University in Pensacola, told the city's Historic Preservation Board. The lack of response to newspaper interviews and comments from the board and the company has been frustrating to those who fight to preserve the site. Now, I'm fine with preserving the site. I'm fine with digging the hell out of it. But the problem that I see, that I've seen with other stories like this in years past, is they talk about digging up more, but they don't dig up enough. They stop, they say, okay, that's enough. Here's some stuff we can put in the museum. Everybody's happy. Okay, we got everything out, now let's build over it. See, they're so focused with the objects rather than the site because they don't see the significance in the site, as in, why was it built there? What was the point, or what was the deeper meaning behind putting it at that specific location? They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about ley lines. They don't want to talk about any kind of geometry with the surrounding land, or what it lines up with, or how many miles away it is from some other monument. They don't want to go down that. They don't want to go down that road. But anyways, here we have some more specimens, some more things that they found here. Bone artifacts, drilled shark tooth, possible bone beads from shark vertebrae, bone pin fragment, and stingray point. Okay, that's cool. I mean, that's not too hard. That stuff like that's probably not too hard to find, but they're saying it's really old or something, but it's not that old to me. In an unexpected move, however, the Preservation Board on Tuesday, by an 8-0 vote, instructed parents to begin studying whether they should designate the Brickell site as a protected archaeological landmark after Pastille and others showed up at the meeting at Miami City Hall to urge members to take action. That designation would give the city power to require developer-related groups to preserve all or part of the site, to make accommodations in its project for public exhibition and other measures. What did I just say? The designation would give the power to require a developer-related group to preserve all or part of the site, to make accommodations for its project and public exhibition and other measures. Exhibition. See, look at it here. Okay, move on to the next thing. Still, Brickell residents are not entirely satisfied and say the related could do much more. Quote, preserving some kind of history is important to our neighborhood. Abby Ape, the group's managing director, said, we want to see these artifacts preserved, and we want to see the city do the right thing. The concern is that perhaps they're not taking the proper steps that code requires them to take. It would be beautiful if the developers could have an on-site park that the neighborhood could enjoy. Some neighbors are blunter, and they say they don't think the city or related have been acting in good faith and have intentionally sought to keep the fines, as one resident put it, quote, under wraps. Okay, see, that's okay, They want to keep the fines under wraps, not because necessarily they want to bury over them or they want to build over them and keep them buried, but because they want to keep it under wraps what they're finding, the true age, so on and so forth. See, when they do these things, they have a way of building over it, but it's still being accessed. In other words, they can cover it up from the public view, from above ground, and then they can build a tunnel or a subterranean entry, and then they can actually go from below, and they can take out from below. Instead of going down, they can go up and dig out So there's like a false ceiling, and then they can actually take it from the outside or from the inside out. They can gut it from the inside, essentially, and nobody knows what's going on. They think that the building's still being built. But anyways, yeah, where was I? Undrops. The city of Miami is doing absolutely nothing to keep related from covering it all up, said Jeff Bain, whose Brickell on the River apartment overlooks the site. Quote, even our commissioners are unaware of the significance and have not been briefed. I understand no one can stop development, but they can preserve at least a small portion. Related has said it has plans, says it plans 3 towers on the site, and the company has invested huge amounts of money into this project, though some progress has made. The future of the archaeological site is still uncertain. Okay, so that's it. That's the end of that article there, so let's see if there's any more pictures. No. Okay, so my takeaway, this is going to be a short video, my takeaway is that there's obviously more, because where there's smoke, there's fire. There's no way that they got everything. I mean, this is already built. Who knows what was here? So they're saying, oh, this is all there was. There's probably something else here. The chances that this little circle, is all there was when this was built is slim to none. Okay, I'm going to see if there's any other related articles to this story. Like I said, this article is about a month old. It came out February 10th. Okay, now it's March. So I don't see anything else. I'm going to keep an eye on this and see if anything else pops up. And if you haven't seen a video like this, I do these once in a while about the news and as it pertains to the old world or archaeological stuff. If you want to see more of this, let me know in the comments. You know, as always, if you enjoyed this content, if you are a first-time viewer, check out some of my other viewers. Please like and subscribe. And as always, goodbye.